I think
Welcome,
it's
everybody,
it's
to
good.
Athletically Speaking. After quite the hiatus that we've had,
It's been a bit.
football season is now over, sadly.
Been over for a bit, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh, it's been awful. I've been in spiraling depression. I've
right.
dabbled into things I shouldn't dabble into, such as hard drugs and or alcohol, but it's fine.
But it's
It's
fine. He's
I'm
made a
kidding. I'm
recovery.
kidding. Just
Um,
kidding. It's
it
actually next year.
sucks. It actually sucks a lot because our basketball team sucked.
They do. Yeah. But wrestling is going good for us, not
I'm
you,
sure
but
it is. I mean, wrestling never goes good for us.
yeah.
However, our baseball team
Softball.
seems pretty good. Softball seems pretty good, so that's the bright and
Baseball's
shining.
pretty good, yeah. Baseball, softball, we're usually
Yeah.
just a little bit above you guys, but you're a little
No.
bit here. We're
I don't see,
here.
I don't see how you can say that you're slightly above
Yeah,
us when we have
but
four natties in
you're
a
cheating.
row.
I don't know how, but you're just on. They're all on steroids, all
I'm
of them.
sure
Oh,
that makes the most sense for sure.
it does. It does.
But yeah, we're here. We're starting this thing back up every couple weeks for the off season, and
Yeah, bro.
then
That's gonna
uh,
do.
we'll come
Can't
back
wait.
to once a week when football season starts back up in the fall.
Can't freaking wait, dude. We're gonna be next. This. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna say anything, but we
Oh,
better be better, or I'm gonna commit a mass genocide on animals, not people. But yeah.
it's legal reasons. That was a joke.
Yes.
Yeah,
Anyways, but
no, we better be better at football, or I can't handle losing.
yeah.
Also, I'm gonna say this about the 24 team, and then I want to put it in the past. I've listened to many a podcast. Cole Kubelik seems to think that Bauer Sharp was a good player. I don't know how anybody has watched any film that he played in at OU and thought that he was a good tight end ever.
I thought you liked him. I don't.
I don't know. I can't say.
I thought no, because I remember at the LSU game.
Yeah, yeah. That guy who was sitting beside me heard a earful of bad
Yeah,
things to Bauer Sharp.
yeah.
So
I've
hopefully he'll
never.
remember all those things when it comes football
No,
season.
for sure. Yeah, man.
But Bauer Sharp, if you're somehow listening to this, I just want you to know that I hate you a lot.
I
And
personally don't mind you, but that's a
I'm sure, I hope that your time at LSU is just as bad as it was at
yeah,
Oklahoma. So, all
yeah.
right, well, let's get into this thing. Some college football news. Starting off with the Big Ten and the SEC apparently have full control over the college football playoff
Pretty
and the
ridiculous.
amount of teams it can get in 2026 and onward. And they're looking to get four AQ bids every year. How do
Yeah,
you, while the ACC and Big 12 only get two. How you feeling about that?
I don't like it, bro. Like man. I wish there was some way we could just disassemble them. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't like it. I just don't like it. I don't have a lot of words to say. I just don't like it. I don't like them. They're getting too big for their britches, and I don't know. I don't like
I
them.
mean I agree. The fact you can't say that they deserve four teams in the playoff. I don't even
Yeah.
know how many teams the SEC get this year. It's Georgia, Texas, Tennessee. That's it, I think.
Just Texas, Tennessee. You not
That
one
was all
more?
the SEC teams, right?
Yeah, that was it.
Like who else? And then they wanted to get 9-3 Alabama in there, who lost to Michigan and who
Yeah.
lost to Oklahoma, or Ole Miss, who lost to Kentucky, who lost
Mhm.
to a bad teams. South Carolina did the same thing. Every year is fluid. There might be a year where the SEC deserves four teams,
Yeah.
but it's not going to happen very often. So why are we filling the playoff in an expanded playoff at that, which we don't need to do? But why
Yeah.
are we filling these places with for other teams that should deserve to go? Like, I don't get that. The whole You're ruining the college football season by just telling people you even have less of a chance to compete for a title if you're in the Big 12 because you're only going to get two teams in. So, good luck. Good luck to the ACC. Like, it's stupid.
It is stupid. They need humbled the people, owners of whatever. I mean,
I've seen many posts where it's like, well, the Big 12 has to do it or they're just going to get left out. Great. Let the Big 12 and ACC go. All right. Y'all do your own thing. We're going to go over here and actually put our on our own playoff and our own national title. and we're just gonna do our own thing, and y'all can suck it, and we're gonna do it the way we want to do it.
I don't like that as much. But,
Well, I don't like it either, but I
yeah.
think, I mean, do it, and then when that earns more money because you're doing it in a way that's gonna make everybody have a chance to get the most deserving teams in there, then maybe
Yeah,
they'll do something different. I don't know.
maybe. I don't know.
I think you should just you, people just need to stop making college football like the NFL. That's the
Yeah,
biggest thing.
just semi-professional now. I mean, players getting paid, which I don't completely disagree with, but um,
Just the
yeah,
way and the amount. It's like you
transfer
need to.
portal, hitting the transfer portal as many times as they are. They're playing a lot longer now. You have 7 and 8 year people
Partially
playing.
thanks to COVID.
Yeah, which that's true. That should start running out, I guess, now. But yeah, I don't like it. I don't like the direction of college football.
And then on top of all of that, which ties into all this, that the apparently USC, Nebraska, and Texas have canceled their spring games because they're afraid that somebody's going to see their good players in their spring game and then start tampering with them in the spring portal. Yet again, here we are. Why are we taking spring games away? I know Oklahoma State hasn't had spring games in a few years anyway, and I
Yeah,
don't know how
which
you feel about the
motivation.
spring game in general, but
But I mean, I like him. I mean, it gives people a chance that don't typically get to see any kind of football during the season. They get to at least see their favorite team scrimmage each other. It makes them feel a little bit more connected to the team. If you're not able to go to a game or whatever, and it's been even. I think that at least put on your second and third, fourth string, whatever. Like let somebody play.
hmm.
Maybe not put your starters out, but let your bench play, and that's a good they can prove themselves and get some good experience, and make them feel good about themselves too, like they did something. I don't know. I think it's dumb though. There's no spring games being played, or there's not as many.
Spring games are literally a great way for recruiting purposes
Yeah,
to get recruits in there to see the fan base coming out. Like OU's put out a couple years ago, I think they put out like 80,000 Brent's first year. And then ever since then, it's been like 50 to 70,000 people there at a time. I mean, you're
yeah,
rolling in 500, $600,000 plus what you're making on concessions, plus what you're making on whatever else that they got going on. Like,
yeah.
usually they didn't this past year, but OU will tie their equipment sale to the spring game. So you're making money there too, on top of spring game activities and everything else. Like if you want to make it more of an interesting product and you want people, maybe more people to come out, then do like a team scrimmage with like Tulsa or
Yeah,
some school like that, and then have like a head-to-head mini 7-on-7 or something like that if you want to make the product better. But don't just get rid of it because you're
yeah,
afraid you're going to get tampered with or something stupid like that.
yeah. Maybe there shouldn't even be a spring portal. I don't know. Maybe just
That's the biggest thing is get rid of the spring portal
yeah.
and then just let because you have the December portal, so let it open up the day after the national championship and close on March 1st, and you don't even have to worry about anything like that. It's the
Exactly
easiest thing you can do.
And that prevents players from transferring before, like they can at least play their bowl game too.
Bowl game or playoff. I know there was a couple Penn State players that transferred that didn't play in the playoff because they were in the transfer portal.
Yeah, it's just all stupid, man.
They should listen to us. We should be the commissioners of college football.
We should be. We should be.
Onward. All
Yeah.
right. So at the beginning of this football season, we
Oh man.
went conference by conference and picked our best year ones, our
Mhm.
worst team, our surprise team, our title game, our champion, and our most disappointing team. And we started with the ACC, so we're just going to pop these out in the order that we did them in. And the
Yeah.
ACC is probably one of our most self-respected ones that we did out of
Yeah.
all of these. So we're starting good.
Oh no.
So I saw this on Unnecessary Roughness, and they give point scores, and I want to see which one of us made the best predictions.
Okay.
So we're going to score ourselves as we go along.
All right.
So, do you remember who you put as your best year one in the
It's my best.
ACC?
Is it SMU or
It was SMU, and I too put SMU as
which
my
city?
best year one. And
Yeah,
SMU made the playoff, played
yeah, they
for a
did.
conference title. Clemson beat them out in the final seconds on a late field goal. So
Yeah.
we both had it, so we both get half a point
Yay.
per SMU. Way to go.
Woo.
Um, do you remember you had for your worst team?
My worst team was I can't think.
I'll tell you. We both had Stanford.
Okay, yeah, yeah, I remember now. That's yeah.
So,
Okay.
I'm not sure exactly off the top of my head where Stanford finished in the ACC, but I can say it was not towards the top.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just go
They
see if I can find that real quick.
eh, they were not the greatest.
I'm pretty sure they finished last or close to it.
Hmm.
24 ACC standings. Football. Haha, they did not. Florida State did, but Stanford finished second to last. So
No.
both of us had some
Oh,
pretty.
yeah, there's FSU. Why did I completely forget about them? And they're
That's rough.
winless. What was their record? They had one win,
Florida State had
maybe two.
they went 1-7 in conference, 2-10 overall.
Hell yeah.
That's
Hey,
rough.
hey, didn't we? They did worse than OSU. So
Yeah, that's true. By one game.
yeah,
Look at that. Stanford went 2-6, 3-9 overall. So that's pretty rough, but we both got half a point on that one for sealing it.
nice,
So
nice,
right now we're both at 1 point in the ACC. Who did
excellent.
you have as your surprise team?
Surprise team
You remember?
was who did I have?
They were from Florida.
Why can't I? I'm having a complete blackout right now. Or
It's
blank.
okay. It's those drugs you were taking.
Yeah, true.
You had the Miami Hurricanes,
Okay. Yeah, which started out hot.
which did start out hot. They fell off towards the end.
Yeah,
Finished 10-3 with the Pop Tart Bowl loss, sadly for them. I
very
had the SMU Mustangs,
okay.
so I think it's safe to say that I won that category.
That's fair. Yeah,
All right, our title games. These last two were the same, and our title game was FSU Clemson,
yeah,
which we both took a big fat whiff on
yeah.
half that. Um, so we both got half a point there. And then our Champa we both got, which was Clemson. And
Hmm.
so we both got half a point there. So after a complete tally, it was me three, you one. I claim the ACC.
Boo.
It's okay. You will probably get the majority of the rest of these. So,
Yeah.
all right, Big Ten country.
All right.
Best year one. Who'd you have?
Um,
I know who you had, but
Oregon.
you had the Oregon Ducks, as did I. Oregon definitely had the best year one out of the
Oh yeah.
newbies.
Oh yeah.
So we both get half a point there.
Excellent.
This one you've clearly taken the cake on, and it was the worst team, and you had the Purdue Boilermakers,
Yeah.
and I claimed the Indiana Hoosiers.
Dang.
So I would say that Indiana was not the worst team in the league.
Yeah,
I'll
for
play for a
sure.
playoff. They went 11-1 in the regular season, so I
Best
missed
in
out on
school
that one just
history,
a
I
little bit.
believe.
Yeah, they played the playoff. It
They
was
need
whatever,
they just need you to bet against them from now on.
right?
Yeah.
You're welcome, Indiana.
That's
I
what I
hopped
gotta
on the
say.
train a little late, it seems.
Choo choo.
Um, Most disappointing team. I had the Michigan Wolverines,
Well, that's fair.
who were pretty disappointing aside from beating Ohio State. You had the Penn State Nittany Lions, who was not quite as disappointing considering they
I mean,
made
they
the
could never win
playoff.
the big. Well, they could never win the big games all the way through. So I mean,
I mean,
still
that's true, I guess, but they made the final four.
playoffs for sure. Yeah.
So I got that one out right. We're back tied. Um, our surprise picks. Do you remember who you had?
Burp. I mean, Oregon was probably. I mean, they're not surprising. I knew they were gonna be good.
You did not have Oregon.
Who did I have, dude? I don't know. It was so long ago.
You had the USC Trojans.
Oh yeah, they were too. Yeah.
I had Nebraska as my surprise pick, and I do remember predicting like big things for them.
Yeah,
Um,
they started out good, pretty good.
they did, and then they lost to
To
somebody
people.
they shouldn't have. Oh, they lost to Indiana, and we were all like, "What?"
Oh well, yeah, but then that turned out to be a good loss. But
Yeah. Let me go look because I'm not sure who finished worse on that
all
one.
right.
Big Ten standings. USC was better than Nebraska, so we will give you that for your surprise team pick.
Thank you. Mhm.
Look at you go. The title game. We both picked the same. What did you have?
Uh, Oregon and it's probably Ohio State, I think.
Ohio State. We both had the same combo. We got half of it right. The Oregon Ducks were there. The Penn State was not. And then who did you have as your champion?
Oregon,
You did
Ohio
not.
State,
You had
Ohio
Ohio
State.
State, and you
Okay,
were wrong. I had the Ducks,
stupid.
so I won that one. So after tallying, we tied the Big Ten
Excellent.
at 2.5, or wait a minute, at three apiece. So way to go. We tied. This one was where it gets interesting.
I
The Big 12.
don't want to talk about the Big 12. All right, I don't want to talk about it.
This is, oh boy. So our best year one, we both said the Utah Utes.
Hmm.
I don't even know if either of us should get credit for that answer at
Yeah.
all. So we're
How
just
are
gonna
we
give,
to know? Dang it.
know. I said
Nope,
early on that if Cam Rising stayed healthy, that they should be good, and
he did. Oh,
he did not stay healthy, so that doesn't surprise me.
no.
However, I said Cincinnati was going to be the worst team in the league. You had the Houston Cougars
I
as
don't
the
want to talk
worst
about
team
it.
in the league,
Hmm.
and
I don't know who the worst
according
team.
to these standings, Houston was one game worse
Oh,
than the Cincinnati Bearcats. So congratulations, you got your point there.
thank you. Hmm.
Um, Most disappointing, I had the Arizona Wildcats. You had the Colorado Buffaloes,
Oh yeah.
who would be arguably not disappointing.
I mean, that's debatable, but
I mean, maybe it was disappointing for you.
mm,
I don't know how the Colorado fans feel for that, honestly. But considering they finished fourth in the Big 12 and Arizona finished third to last, I think I claim that one there. Now this one I hit out of the park.
yeah.
Do you remember who your surprise team was in the Big 12?
Wasn't ASU.
It was not.
It was not. It
It
was
was another state school.
um Kansas State.
It was Kansas State, who would not it wasn't a horrible pick,
No.
but I had the Iowa State Cyclones,
Uh
and they played for the Big 12 title this year.
yeah.
Embarrassing loss,
Yeah.
but they were there. They were a good pick there.
They were there.
Um, I'm not sure how to score these next two because our title predictions were Utah and Oklahoma State and Kansas State and Oklahoma State.
Oh man.
I'm not sure. I think you were the closest.
Yeah, I mean,
I
yeah, I
think
think so. Yeah,
because at least Kansas State was
yeah, decent.
somewhere mid-tier.
Yeah,
My two options were not, so we'll give you that one.
I
That one was
bet.
rough.
Next year, though, I don't know about Kansas State, but Oklahoma State, we're back, baby.
We shall see, maybe. And then our champions, Utah and Oklahoma State.
That was pitiful, dude. It's depressing.
I'm not even sure. I'm not sure which one of us should deserve that point.
could we just not do a point at all?
Let's just not do a point at all for that one.
Yeah.
So final tally is another tie at two apiece, with all of
Mm,
our other options just being straight horrible.
yeah.
Onward to the SEC. Here we go. Best year one. We were both correct on. It was Texas,
Yeah.
as sad as it is.
You're
But
right. See?
they had an easy SEC schedule,
A
and they're
little
getting
bit.
another SEC schedule this year. I don't know why.
Hook 'em horns,
That's a
baby.
horrible. How dare you put that on the internet?
Yeah.
Um, the worst team in the league was not either of our options. That belongs to the Mississippi State Bulldogs. But you picked Vanderbilt, who had
Oh,
an
yeah.
exceptional season for
Did.
Vandy standards. And
My
I
bad.
picked the Florida Gators, who got hot towards the end of the year.
Yeah.
So the worst of those two still belongs to Vanderbilt, though,
Mm.
who now I'm looking at finished higher than Oklahoma. Wow. What a horrible,
They're
horrible standard that is. So you get your
the new
point.
Vanderbilt. Like we said, they're Oklahoma's the new Vanderbilt, baby. Get used to
Apparently so.
it.
Um, Another one that I think you just smoked this one. The most disappointing team in the SEC. I said the Alabama Crimson Tide, which was not a bad
No,
pick.
no,
Very good, middle of the
no.
road. But you had the Oklahoma Sooners.
Yeah, bro.
So
Who? Like,
I will hatefully give you that point.
thank you.
Um, See that you on this one you picked very good picks. Your surprise team. Do you remember who it was?
Um, Ole Miss.
It was the Ole Miss Rebels,
Yeah.
and they
Yeah.
they're pretty good, pretty good.
Yeah, bro.
I'm not gonna pick who I picked because we all know it was a horrible pick.
I don't remember though. Who'd you?
It may or may not have been a team in Crimson that resides in North Oklahoma, but as we all know, they were not surprising. They were surprisingly
Yeah,
bad, so I guess that counts as something.
for sure though. It's very true.
And then we both correctly assumed the title game of Texas and Georgia, and we both correctly picked our champion in the Georgia Bulldogs. So a nice run there. I had a total of 1.5 points, and you came in and got 4.5. So way to go and just clean up that SEC there for you.
Thank you, thank you. Excellent.
So we both had a nice 1-1-2 record
Yeah,
on this. We won one, we lost one, and then we tied twice. Not
excellent.
bad for a first year, I'd say, of
No, bro, no,
predictions.
not at all, man. Not at all.
On top of that, I don't remember who you had. Maybe you had Georgia as your national champion,
I think I probably did or something like that.
and then I
As
had the Oregon Ducks as my national champion, who looked really good up until that Rose Bowl. So
bad things
not
happen.
yeah, not bad, not bad picks there.
No, no.
So way to go.
Shank you, shank you.
Our G5s. I know. I remember that we both had Boise State, I think, in the playoff.
Dude, yeah, dude, yeah,
So that was good picks there. We both had Notre Dame making it from an independent standpoint.
yeah.
Um, I don't remember all of our G5 conference picks. We'll have to to look into that later.
Yeah. Next
Maybe
video or something. I
yeah,
don't
bring it up next time.
know. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's all of the
Yeah.
beefiness that I had for the episode.
Yeah.
Um, so now I would like to get Ryan more involved in our episodes.
Absolutely.
And I have given him a task. This is the 2 minute timeout with Ryan, his new segment of the show where he asks 3 questions that may or may not pertain to football. We never
Yeah.
know. We'll just see
Never,
what happens.
you'll never know. All right.
So
All right.
take it away, Ryan, and see what questions you got for us.
All right, man. So, first question is which school has the most Heisman Trophy winners? Are we going like, am I reading both all of them off the
You
same?
can
Like,
just go for one.
we'll just answer one.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, which school has the most Heisman Trophy winners?
Which school has the most Heisman Trophy winners? Well,
Yeah.
um, technically they want to claim USC as the most, but I don't refute Reggie Bush's
Yeah.
that they gave back to him like a year ago. So
Yeah.
technical answer is USC. Um, but then if you take the redacted, I think it's Ohio State, USC, and Oklahoma all
Oh,
tied.
wow. Good on you to know all those things. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, correct, bro. Correct. All right. Mihui Minui. Okay. Who holds the record for most passing yards in a single game?
In a single game.
Yeah.
Ooh. Hmm. Is it Case Keenum?
No.
What conference?
See here. The actual name actually. Blah 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 blah. Actually, I need to I should have fact checked this.
Wow.
Oh yeah, no, current Big 12. Yeah, okay.
Current Big 12. Hmm. Most passing yards. Okay. I know like Case Keenum had the most in a career.
Hmm.
So in the game.
You want to tell you school, I guess, or
Yeah, tell me the school.
Houston.
It's Houston. I don't know.
It's David Klinger holds the record for most passing yards in a single game with
David Klinger.
741 yards from the 80s, where he was the 80s, yeah.
Interesting.
Hey, bro. Yeah.
Nice.
Third and final question is which team has appeared in the most Rose Bowls?
Appeared in the most Rose Bowls.
Yes.
Hmm. I had 3 options in my head here,
Okay.
and it was USC, Michigan, and Ohio State were my three. Out of those people, probably USC.
Correct. They
Ooh,
have 34.
wow.
Yeah, bro. Look at you. 2 for 3. Not
Two
too
for
bad to
three.
start out.
As to quote
Yeah.
Meatloaf, 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
No, bro. All right. And then I got another fun surprise fourth question.
Oh,
All right. So, if you could get Superman's powers, would you? I'm
God dang
kidding.
it.
I'm just kidding. We can go ahead and cut to the next. I'm just
Okay,
kidding. We're not going to ask that question. That's not appropriate. Anyways, Blade. All right. What's next?
I mean that's all I had, and that was to end it. That was the
All
2 minute
right.
timeout.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. See, I don't think I have. I don't.
Unless you
I
got anything exciting to talk about.
just a couple things I've noted over the last couple months that I've seen. That's
Okay.
we haven't done this in a while, and I've been kind of jotting some stuff down. But this is old news now. But Ivy League can now join FCS playoffs. That's cool.
Ooh, that is very cool.
Very cool. Finally, they
I remember
can.
I saw that. Maybe Yale can go back to winning natties, and
Maybe, dude. Yeah, dude. For real.
Princeton, they have like 18 or something like that.
Something like that. They have a lot. They have a lot. And then a new rule could enforce players taking faking injuries would cause players to sit out a series, and the coach would have to burn a timeout to reinstate them. I think that's cool.
Yeah, that should be in the rules like yesterday.
Should be. I think that's something that is needed so bad, like severely.
At Lane Kiffin, who's telling his players to hit the deck.
Yeah. And then the final thing was Marshall being sued 100K by the Sun Belt for opting out of the Independence Bowl, which is wrong considering their entire roster transferred out and they could not staff a team.
Yeah, like what is the symbol? What do they want you to do? It's
Yeah,
not
I
their
thought that was,
fault.
yeah. I'm just
Go
sorry, our team left. I don't know.
sue the players who all opted out. Like that's their
Yeah, man.
fault. That's the ones you should be talking to.
Yeah, man. Pretty wrong, but that's all I got there for now. Yeah, hopefully we stay with this and stay consistent. We will. And we'll
Will.
football season will be here before you know it. Hmm.
That's what was really nice about all this last year. It was like every 2 weeks you had something to look forward to. It's like we're doing this in 2 weeks. And then you just did it. And then the next 2 weeks rolled around and you did it again. And then eventually it was August and you're like, all right, football's here.
Let it go by a little bit faster.
That's right. Hopefully making more stops at other schools and places and
Sure, man. Yeah.
getting the TikTok rolling.
Need to hit up some more stadiums. It's cool getting to visit ULM. Got to visit Tulane. Shout
Tulane
out to
was
the guy
nice.
from Tulane.
Yeah, for real.
Back in November, we went to Tulane and we were trying to see if we could find a way legally into the stadium if the door was unlocked. There wasn't one, but a guy Blade asked him and he
I
let us
did.
in on the field by ourselves. It was fantastic. It was
Yeah, we straight up just was like, hey, we're not from here. We're here for this game. Can we like get in? And he's like,
yeah,
yeah,
sure. It
come
was
on. And
cool.
he walked us right in. Here's the
Left
gate.
us,
All right, yeah, y'all have fun. And then walked
you
away.
know, left us in there, bro. It was
We did
cool.
kind of get stuck in the stadium for a little bit
We did
and couldn't
get,
get
yeah,
out.
thought we were gonna have to stay the night or something, but
But luckily, after many knocking attempts,
I'm
like
still
crazy
mad at them.
people,
They saw us knocking and they just completely ignored. What were they gonna do if someone didn't let us in? Like,
well, just
leave these two strangers out in the football field by themselves.
it'd have been fine. We'd have found a way out eventually.
Surely, but
But
that
props to that guy.
is like
Thank you, Tulane, whoever you are.
whoever you. Shout out to you, bro. You're a real one, man. You're a
Yep.
real.
And then disappointing for whoever the Tulane students were that wouldn't let us back in the gate. So that's your own fault.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's all I got. You ain't got nothing else, and
Sir.
we can wrap this thing up.
All right. Well,
All right. Well, that was athletically speaking.